Hello, this is Trent Smith doing the fire weather briefing for Thursday, August 9th. Well, Friday into Saturday is definitely going to be our most extreme weather conditions that we're going to experience. Friday is going to be extremely hot, probably record-breaking temperatures in multiple locations. Also with a haze of 6, widespread haze of 6, we went ahead and issued a red flag warning for this period. The winds really do not appear to be overly strong, probably widespread 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the west, with a few gusts up to 15, maybe 20 miles per hour at the highest terrain. Friday night into Saturday morning, we're still looking at another round of very strong thermal belts, especially across western Montana. Lower valleys are probably going to be in the 50s and 60s, but the mid slopes and higher terrain, it wouldn't be uncommon to see some minimum temperatures only in the 70s, mid 60s, and then especially the recoveries, the max RHs are going to be very poor. Some of the higher terrain aren't going to see recoveries, or the best recoveries are still going to be probably in the 20s, maybe low 30s come Saturday morning, Friday night into Saturday morning. So it's going to be a dry one. And then actually I think the most critical day is going to be on Saturday with the breakdown of the ridge. We're going to have a relatively dry cold front swinging through. This front does appear to have slowed down slightly from previous model runs. So it doesn't look like the front will actually be pushing through until maybe late Saturday afternoon, evening time frame for the majority of the northern Rockies. So we're actually looking at warmer temperatures now on Saturday with lower RHs, but again, the big thing is going to be these increased westerly winds, widespread 15 to 20 miles per hour with gusts of 30, maybe 35 miles per hour in the higher terrain. And like it says, with that slowing down progression, the minimum RHs for Saturday are still going to be very dry. We're looking at single digits to mid-teens for a good chunk of the forecast area. Extreme northwest Montana, I mean, will be have higher relative humidities, probably mid-20s. So again, red flag warning continues on through most of Saturday. So that's probably one of the biggest concerns. And so another thing, again, the front's going to be relatively dry, but there is some chance of isolated thunderstorms out there, especially across northwest Montana along the Continental Divide. So any lightning strikes has a pretty good potential of starting a fire, especially with the dryness and with the winds helping to flame it. So just another thing to kind of keep a lookout for. So come next week, I mean, Sunday looks to be relatively quiet for the region. We'll have colder air settling in. The only area of concern will be extreme southwest Montana on Sunday, where they could still be relatively warm and dry with continued breezy conditions. So we're keeping a close eye on southwest Montana, but the rest of the area, temperatures are going to probably be near to slightly below normal for this time of year, which is the mid 80s. So again, not as much concern. And then next week, we start getting another ridge of high pressure building over the area. This ridge doesn't appear to be as strong as the last ridge that's occurring right now. So we are going to see temperatures warm back up slightly above normal, increasing thermal belts and inversions, and just hot, dry weather. A caveat, mid next week, we might start seeing a little bit more thunderstorm activity across the region, but there's still a lot of uncertainty with that. So this is just the fire weather matrix. Again, Friday and Saturday are our big areas of concern, just with the high temperatures, the low RHs, the Haines index, and then Saturday you throw in the wind, and actually southwest Montana really hits the critical threshold, hitting high marks on every parameter that we have. So of the region, southwest Montana is probably going to see the most critical of all the conditions on Saturday. Sunday, like I says, will be cooler, but there's still going to be some winds out there. So southwest Montana is an area of concern. And then Monday and Tuesday, kind of cooler temperatures, slightly higher RHs. I mean, we'll be just warming up slightly. So not a whole lot of concern weather-wise on Monday and Tuesday. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at the numbers on the screen, or just tune in for our next weather briefing on August 12th.